All right, Cowboys fans, let's get into the heart of what's happening with America's team as we look ahead to the upcoming draft and evaluate some of the players who could make an immediate impact on this roster. The defensive side of the ball is where things get really interesting this year, especially with the Cowboys holding not one, but two first-round picks. That opens the door to some serious talent infusion, and there are a handful of names that I think we absolutely need to be watching, particularly if you're catching some of the college action on Saturdays. Now, one thing is clear. The Cowboys aren't targeting a quarterback in the first round, so that conversation is off the table. What they're looking for are players who can step in and contribute in multiple ways, and that starts with explosive athletes on defense. There's a reason names like Jeremiah Love have been buzzing in mock drafts for Dallas. And while he isn't necessarily a surefire pick, his playmaking ability makes him impossible to ignore. Love has been a dynamic presence for Notre Dame this season, showcasing the kind of speed and versatility that can completely alter an offense. He thrives in the passing game, and his ability to create big plays has turned heads all season long. While comparisons to other prospects like BGN come up, Love offers his own unique impact and could be a top choice if he falls within reach. Then there's Arl Reese, a linebacker who has quietly dominated in coverage, in run support, and as a pass rusher. Watching him play reminds you of the kind of all-around linebacker that can change the dynamics of a game. Think of him as a complete package, athletic, smart, and capable of lining up in multiple roles depending on the situation. His versatility is exactly the type of player the Cowboys could utilize to fill gaps on a defense that needs dynamic playmakers. Reese is the kind of defender who might go earlier than expected simply because he does so much for his team and has shown consistent ability against high-level competition. If he ends up on the board when Dallas picks, it would be hard not to consider him the best available player. Defensive tackles are another area to watch. Peter Woods out of Clemson is a player with intriguing potential, even if his numbers this season haven't been as eye-popping as some might have hoped. While the Clemson front has had an uneven year, Woods has the kind of size and technical ability that could complement the interior of the Cowboys' defensive line, particularly if the team decides to shift some personnel around. Matchups, team fit, and roster construction all play a huge role in how a player like Woods might be valued. But there's no denying the talent and the upside if he lands in the right system. Safety is a position that has sparked debate among fans and analysts, and one player who stands out is KLDS. He's the type of player who can line up near the box, contribute in multiple defensive packages, and still make highlight plays in coverage. DS has proven himself as a ball hawk at times, and while some interceptions might come in fortunate situations, the level of skill required to consistently perform at this position cannot be understated. In today's NFL, a versatile safety who can play multiple roles is extremely valuable, and DS checks those boxes in a way that could make him a compelling option for the Cowboys if the opportunity arises. Wide receivers are another interesting story, though they're not necessarily a pressing need for Dallas. Players like Jordan Tyson have shown the ability to create separation and make plays downfield, but the Cowboys' roster construction doesn't scream immediate necessity for another wideout in the first round. It's more about targeting defensive impact and filling the gaps that could elevate the team's overall performance. However, young pass rushers like Ruben Bain have emerged as potential game changers. Bain has produced high-pressure numbers this season and has consistently disrupted opposing offenses. He possesses the size, strength, and athleticism that make him a prototypical edge rusher capable of contributing from day one. If the Cowboys have the chance to select him, it could significantly boost a pass rush that needs more consistent firepower. Edge defenders like Kelrick Falk and David Bailey also deserve attention. Falk offers the kind of three-down capability that allows him to stay on the field regardless of the situation. He's not just a situational pass rusher. He can hold his own against the run and create consistent pressure on the quarterback. Bailey, on the other hand, has been phenomenal in his ability to get after the quarterback, posting an incredible pressure rate this season that puts him among the best in college football. While he might not be a traditional run-stopping force, His ability to consistently create disruption off the edge makes him a highly attractive option for a team like Dallas looking to maximize defensive versatility. Offensive tackles are not to be overlooked either, particularly as the Cowboys consider the longevity and protection of their quarterback. Players like Spencer Fono and Francis Malangoa bring different strengths to the table, from lateral agility to run blocking, and their ability to handle multiple assignments could provide immediate value. Fono's experience playing both left and right tackle gives him a flexibility that can be critical in the NFL, especially if injuries or matchups require shuffling along the line. Malangoa has shown improvement in pass protection while still maintaining strength in the run game, offering the kind of well-rounded skill set teams covet. Meanwhile, prospects like Amari Washington and Dramon McCoy present interesting scenarios. Washington excels in run support and could fill a significant hole if the Cowboys move on from Kenny Clark, while McCoy's potential has been hampered by injury. His prior production, however, suggests he could be a high-upside selection later in the draft, particularly if Dallas wants to take a calculated risk on a player who could return to form and contribute immediately. These are the types of decisions that define a draft strategy, balancing immediate need with potential future reward, especially when a team holds multiple first-round selections. Linebacker depth remains one of the strongest points of this draft class, with players like C.J. Allen and Arl Reese standing out as the cream of the crop. The Cowboys could use multiple linebackers who bring athleticism, intelligence, and versatility to the field. This class provides plenty of options to address those needs, allowing Dallas to build around a solid core of defensive playmakers. Every decision at this stage is about adding the right mix of talent and fit, ensuring the team can maintain flexibility and adaptability in defensive schemes. Even wide receivers later in the board, like Jacoby Lane, bring intriguing skill sets, though the Cowboys' immediate focus isn't there. Meanwhile, quarterbacks like Caden Proctor could present wild-card scenarios in specific packages, particularly if Dallas wants to experiment in short yardage or wildcat formations. Proctor's athleticism and playmaking ability in specialized roles could allow creative offensive opportunities without altering the overall team structure. The key is identifying where unique skill sets can supplement the roster in ways that provide incremental advantage, and that's exactly the type of strategic thinking that will shape this draft. At the same time, every player from defensive tackles to edge rushers, linebackers, and versatile safeties must be evaluated not only on production, but also on scheme fit. The Cowboys have a specific vision for how they want to deploy talent, and that includes maximizing the versatility of their picks. Whether it's a player like T.J. Parker, whose production has fluctuated, or a prospect with clear upside but health concerns, every choice reflects the team's overarching strategy to balance immediate impact with long-term potential. It's not just about drafting the best player available. It's about drafting the best player for the system and ensuring that each selection strengthens the roster in tangible ways. Picking up where we left off, let's dive deeper into the nuances of this draft class and how the Dallas Cowboys might approach their selections beyond the obvious first-round names. One of the recurring themes is versatility. The team isn't just looking for the flashiest prospect or the highest stats. They want players who can plug into multiple roles and elevate the overall scheme. That's why edge rushers, linebackers, and defensive backs dominate the conversation. These positions provide the flexibility to create mismatches, adjust to different offensive schemes, and respond to in-game challenges without sacrificing consistency. Take someone like Ruben Bain, for instance. He's not just a traditional pass rusher. He's a force up front who can collapse pockets and disrupt timing. Watching him against top-tier competition shows a player who doesn't rely solely on pure athleticism, but also on technique, anticipation, and the ability to read plays in real time. That combination makes him a high-upside pick for a team that's looking to maintain pressure on opposing quarterbacks throughout the game. His presence alone could change how offenses approach the line of scrimmage, forcing quicker decisions and opening up opportunities for other defensive playmakers to make an impact. Meanwhile, players like Kelrick Falk exemplify the kind of three-down edge rusher that every team dreams of. He can stay on the field in any situation, which is critical for maintaining continuity in defensive rotations. Falk has the strength to hold against the run and the speed to chase quarterbacks off the edge, creating a dual-threat capability that allows defensive coordinators to be more aggressive elsewhere on the field. The Cowboys have struggled at times to get consistent pressure without rotating multiple players, and adding someone like Falk could simplify schemes while improving efficiency. David Bailey, on the other hand, brings a different style to the edge position. His pressure rate this season has been staggering, and he consistently beats offensive tackles with speed, leverage, and relentless pursuit. While he's undersized compared to some traditional defensive ends, his quickness and timing make him a nightmare for quarterbacks, particularly in obvious passing situations. Bailey represents the type of situational weapon that can immediately change the dynamic of a defense, even if he isn't playing every down. For the Cowboys, a player like this is about maximizing impact without compromising scheme balance. Shifting to the interior, defensive tackles like Amari Washington provide complementary skill sets that address potential gaps in the defensive front. Washington is a run-defending powerhouse who could step into a starting role if changes occur along the line, particularly with someone like Kenny Clark potentially moving on. His size, strength, and ability to command double teams make him a stabilizing presence that could free up linebackers and edge rushers to make plays without being clogged at the line of scrimmage. This balance between interior toughness and perimeter explosiveness is crucial for a team aiming to be dominant across all three levels of defense. Linebacker depth remains another key factor in this draft. Arl Reese continues to stand out not just because of his production, but because of how complete he is as a player. He can drop into coverage, fill gaps in the run game, and bring the heat off the edge when needed. Reese's combination of instincts, athleticism, and intelligence makes him one of the most coveted defenders in this class. C.J. Allen, similarly, has shown steady growth each season, and his ability to disrupt plays in multiple ways provides additional flexibility. The Cowboys could potentially select more than one linebacker, emphasizing the need for adaptable, multidimensional athletes in this part of the draft. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what could be the most intriguing offseason moves so far, whispers are circulating that the Dallas Cowboys have officially secured the signature of Justin Simmons, the Pro Bowl safety whose reputation in the NFL has been nothing short of electric. Sources close to the team suggest that this acquisition isn't just a simple roster upgrade. It could catapult Dallas secondary into the elite stratosphere that fans have long craved. Simmons, known for his instinctual playmaking, leadership, and ability to read quarterbacks like an open book, has been linked to several franchises this offseason. Yet, the Cowboys reportedly acted decisively, and word around the league is that Simmons' decision to sign with Dallas sent shockwaves through the NFC. Coaches and analysts alike are now speculating that pairing him with the existing Cowboys defensive backfield could create a unit that opponents may find nearly impossible to crack. Rumor has it that the move wasn't purely financial. Simmons has reportedly expressed excitement about the opportunity to lead a secondary that already boasts a blend of experience and young talent. His presence, insiders claim, could influence not only the scheme on the field, but also the culture off it, instilling a level of professionalism and intensity that the Cowboys hope will carry them deep into the playoffs. Fans have already taken to social media, buzzing with hypothetical scenarios, big interceptions, game-changing tackles, and a revitalized defensive identity that could redefine Dallas as a defensive powerhouse. Some analysts are whispering that this is the kind of signing that separates contenders from pretenders, and if the rumors hold true, the Cowboys' secondary might suddenly become the most feared in the league. While no official confirmation beyond the initial announcement has been released, the atmosphere in Dallas is electric. Conversations in sports bars and online forums suggest that the city is ready to embrace a defensive renaissance, one led by Justin Simmons. As preseason approaches, all eyes will be on the Cowboys, waiting to see if this rumored blockbuster signing translates into dominance on the field, or if it remains just another tantalizing whisper in the rumor mill. Either way, the buzz is undeniable, and the Cowboys' backfield may never be viewed the same again. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.